That would be a hell of an update to like come back after like a couple weeks and just be like, Carl's religious now.
Carl's religious now. No more cuss words. No more crass conversation.
No
more shit, piss, or fucking cum jokes. None of it.
No indulgences.
Just good old-fashioned religious family fun.
That's right.
What's this game about? The religion, right?
We found New Yevon.
Yeah.
I have found New Yevon.
A very pro-religion game.
I mean, through the Lord, all games are pro-religion.
I
forget how we ended last episode, but we shot up.
We killed a lot of animals. We like really fucked up the ecosystem of Besaid. I mean, I guess they're fiends, but maybe it's not a crime.
We went to Kilika and then they told us to go home. That was kind of rude.
We went to Kilika for that sweet 0.2% or whatever.
God, yeah.
And Donner either hates us or is like, thanks, I guess.
Exciting update too. I am still slightly behind the 100% guide.
Oh no.
So I was at like on the guide it says like you should be at 30% and I'm at like 29, which was the same thing that initially made me like kind of concerned, and I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
I've realized I think I've missed a few things as I was catching up on the PS2.
I like can't for the fucking life of me figure out what it is unless I like accidentally like jammed through some of like Machin's dialogue, which I know I fucking didn't because I watched that shit like 2 times in a row.
Send you a tool I found which actually has like a list of, it's like a save viewer / editor. It shows you exactly what dialogue has been completed.
I would love to do that if I wasn't playing on the Switch, which I almost lost today.
Oh, fuck.
I could not find my Switch, and I was like, well, that's all of my playthrough of Final Fantasy X-2, and that is also all of my notes for this week. But I did find it. It was in my work bag, and the reason I couldn't find it is because I have to go to work so infrequently, like to the office, I mean, that I never bring that anywhere. And I was like, I can't remember. I was like, the last place I played it, I remember specifically. I don't know the last place I had it. And then I was like, oh, that's right, because I just put it in my bag in case I got stuck in fucking Ruby weapon traffic again.
Yeah. Well, Carl, I would like to say, now that we're starting the podcast, congratulations on your banger tweet. Incredible.
Oh, God. Yeah. Thank you. It has officially eclipsed the fucking stupid Tony Hawk one. And it feels fitting because it's a guy tech decking underwater and one of the half pipes does say Tony Hawk on it. So really, all of my success on Twitter I owe explicitly to Tony Hawk. So shout outs to a real one.
I love that.
I can look past the time he was shilling NFTs. But just this once, Tony. Just this once.
Okay, look. This is gonna be a little bit
okay,
softball.
so I'm religious now. Curtis is a big crypto head.
That's
he
right.
Loves crypto. He's been playing a lot of Square Enix games and is really into NFTs all of a sudden.
I feel like I'm willing. Maybe this is wrong of me. You can tell me if this is
dumb
morally
celebrities fucking falling for the grift harder than anyone.
I was gonna say
okay to look past, I guess, even though
I was
like,
gonna say there's something about like somebody who's like a little bit older who is not online, who like does things in the real world when somebody's like NFTs and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't know. And just like go for it. And then like if you ask them in person, they would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's
all of it's
right.
Bad. Celebrity worship's a weird fucking thing, but Tony Hawk seems cool. That's where I'll leave it.
Yeah.
It's a whole Machinum machine thing.
Yeah, the Yevonites were trying to warn us about crypto.
Give me 2 seconds.
Well, decide. Oh, wait, what was that?
He said, "Give him 2 seconds." That means we can keep vamping. Now that we have thoroughly tried to like get to the segue of talking about Final Fantasy X too.
No, it's
oh wait,
okay.
He's coming back. I saw a shadow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The vamping.
All right, ready for this? I'm about to do the intro.
Machina was acting up in the background. I had to turn it on.
This is the intro of intros. Are you ready? All right. So, Oh, I can't do it. Actually, no. It would take too much setup. There's no way I can get everybody to do it. It's fine. Who cares? No, but anyway, the point I'm trying to get across here, dear listener, is that this is the Every F and FF podcast. Wow. Can you believe it?
Amazing.
We're back.
We're back.
Years at sea.
Yeah, we got too close to sin, and we forgot how to turn on our podcast machine.
Can I be honest with you
Sorry about
all?
that, everyone. If you're listening in real time, we appreciate you waiting.
To some extent,
busy,
I don't know if it's like you all have this problem, or if it's just like a me thing, or maybe it's just a getting older thing. I'm not sure. But like, when you complete a video game, right, you might like think about it for like a week or so. And then for me, the information of what happened in that video game is gone. Like, it's just like, my brain's like, well, you don't need that anymore. So, swoop, and it just goes. And so, like, when you were just describing, like, we got too close to sin, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I had to think about it for a while.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that was a whole plot point.
Yeah, I was going to say that when you were talking about how you just forget a game, getting older, because you're just constantly looking at the horrors of the world all day on the little cool rectangle in your pocket.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I am exactly that way with 10. And every time this game introduces a new NPC where it's like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I'm like, well, the guide says to say yes, so I'm going to say yes, even though I have no fun. And they're like, I am this character. And it's like, oh, you were that character from this event. And I'm like, I'm just fucking Gandalf walking into the Mines of Moria being like, dude, I have no fucking memory of this place. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
How long is a 10-2 after 10? 2 years?
Yeah,
2 years.
How long is this season after our Final Fantasy X season? Like, what?
No one knows.
Is it about
no
the
one
same?
knows. That is ancient history. Well, no, I think it's a little longer because I remember distinctly we were recording when the pandemic started. So around 2020. Yeah, because we started recording in the new in the old practice space that you had.
You're right, because we had friend and guest of the show Mark Waters on.
Hell yeah.
in that warehouse. That's right. We all sat way away from each other.
There was that dead rat that was just under the stairs that led into the practice space that was there for like roughly 4 weeks. If not long, probably longer.
Someone should send that rat already.
yeah.
That rat that was like a Philadelphia summer where it was pretty fucking sweltering in an old warehouse.
We started in July 2020. Oh my god.
Damn.
I think I can use that information to say that if I really was Yuna in this situation, I could safely say, no, I don't remember any of these people because I barely remember things that happened 2 or 3 years ago.
I barely remember fucking shit that happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, the last time we recorded. Like, my memory is dog shit.
Hey, I have a good gag. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. You know how we just did the intro? You both should say,
we did?
I'm Alex, I'm Carl, and then I'll say something funny. Ready?
Okay, I'm Carl.
I'm Alex.
And I'm gonna go get my Subway because it just arrives at the door.
Did you get that foot-long cookie?
What?
They have foot-long cookies.
What? I can barely finish one cookie. I can't imagine eating a foot worth of cookie. That's insane. But I'm gonna delicately juggle the act of Subway for dinner and recording a podcast deftly. The listener will not even know. They'll not even notice.
Putting an immense workload on Alex here.
No, I'm going to take care of it. No one will ever know. He's going to be like editing the pod and be like, this is fucking seamless.
I see Curtis unplugging his webcam and plugging something else in as he unplugs it. And it seems to be, he plugged in a GIF of himself doing what he's doing now on repeat. Like that movie with the bus that had to speed.
I'll be right back.
Okay, we're in the second part of the podcast where the vamping will continue, but this time it's Carl and Alex edition. How you doing, Alex?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Pretty good. You're rocking a mustache. I'm rocking a mustache. Curtis has been off the screen for about 5 seconds now, so I do not remember what his facial hair situation is. I cannot stress enough how bad my memory is.
He's
I blame my work.
Like, do you remember me? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude.
Who are you again? You're Mark Water, right? I think I remember recording a podcast
with you. Bart?
Hi, David. I'm Grandpa. I'm looking through my screenshots, too, to try and see where we left off last time, and I remember Becklem was the dickhead who made us do the fucking running game, right? That dude was an asshole.
Yeah, Becklem sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was training the Aurochs how to use guns.
Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense if Yuna just used her gun on Becklem and then took the things that was gating 100%.
Would the Youth League miss him? Who knows?
Probably not. They sent him to they're like, oh god, the fucking Aurochs are so annoying, dude. We gotta send the most annoying guy we have to go and deal with that shit there. We don't want to do it.
Not to tread on Munch Squads, but I sent you a press release in the Zen chat.
Oh my god! What?
Oh hell yeah, the foot-long cookie. How did I miss this? I feel like I don't ever go to Subway or anything, but I feel like I'm pretty on top of when things are a foot long when they're not supposed to be.
A foot-long churro. Actually, I would smash a foot-long churro, though.
In a pretzel.
Yeah, that would be pretty easy to eat. I feel like churro is designed with being a foot long in mind, whereas a cookie is
just a long cookie. That's a fucking Buster sword.
I like the idea of a long pretzel, though. You could do some damage with that.
Long pretzels are good. Those exist. It's kind of like it's like an American
dogs?
baguette.
Those are fucking rule.
Yeah, it is like an American baguette. I noticed in I feel bad sometimes that we do a lot of digressions, but then my favorite podcast will do 40-minute digressions, so it's fine. Fuck it.
I do feel bad, especially when it's been so long since we've released an episode consecutively, but this is us me, Curtis, and Alex haven't really hung out in a while, so this is kind of us. Everyone's just in the room for us bullshitting, sorry.
I guess I'll post that meme of someone cutting a Subway sandwich with a Buster sword, but edit to be brother.
Yeah.
But the cookie.
But I think the best thing about the new Tekken game, by the way, listener, I've been really into Tekken recently. Really like that game. Anyway, the best thing about it is that when you character customize, you can equip your character with a baguette, like a large baguette. And if you do, it comes with a special command that if you input the buttons, you'll swing the baguette like a fucking baseball bat, and any character can do it.
Does it do the home run bat sound?
I was gonna say, is it like Smash Brothers rules where that if you pull it off, that's just an instant KO? Someone mod
I think you have to do
into
a
it.
juggler or something, and then you can swing it and it'll like a baseball bat. But
fucking rocks.
I do you can have two characters fighting in front of the Eiffel Tower swinging baguettes at each other, and I was like,
France
how
is
about
fucking
that?
furious.
It's always okay to make fun of the French.
That's right. So anyway, point is, game of the year. It's incredible. I'm gonna slowly open this bag.
Loudest I've ever heard a brown bag.
Was it really?
Normally I don't notice that stuff, but you've made such a fuss over it being seamless.
I got 2 sodas in case one breaks
Two
down.
sody pops.
It's like a fucking Spike Jones cartoon over here.
I'm still going through my screenshots here, and I remembered something that I found in Luca is the place where the Blitzball tournament was, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And our concert. And our, I guess, inaugural speech type of thing.
Is the first area that we're going to today, too.
Oh, yeah,
so we can go
perfect.
ahead
I was like, I couldn't remember
crack
if,
into it.
I think it also leads to the Mi'hen Highroad, and I can't remember if we have to do that this week or not.
Yes.
But I was like, maybe I was walking there. But there's a large Ronso lady who's just kind of walking by, and she says, Ronso on Sacred Mountain live good life with new elder. And that's all the dialogue that she says, and she just walks and goes up to Mi'hen Highroad. And if you stand on the other side of the thing, you will see her go up the stairs to Mi'hen Highroad, and then seconds later, she will be back down at the beginning and starting her rounds again, just immediately teleporting. And I fucking love that.
A lot of Ronso ladies making the pilgrimage.
Lots of Ronso ladies who look and say the exact same thing. Look exactly like one another and say the exact same thing.
I was going to say, she's living in a David Lynchian nightmare. She's just stuck inside the same area and she can never leave.
That's what it feels like to be like an inhabitant of like PT, where they're stuck in that one hallway and just
Right.
It's like Spike Spiegel in the episode where they all take shrooms and he's just walking up the stairs and he like it's an endless flight of stairs and he's just tripping out of his fucking mind. And then like it shows you what's happening in real time and he's just standing on a very small staircase, just like walking in place. I like the couple that's sitting here on a bench.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that too. Yeah.
When you talk to the girl, she says, "All my boyfriend ever talks about is you," like to Yuna. And then you talk to him, and he's like real dude's rock energy. He says, "I can't think of anything interesting to say, so I keep repeating the same old stuff." It's probably just like, "Hey, how about that Yuna concert? Hey, remember when she killed Sin and God?" Oh God, I'm blowing it.
Is this what it like to be a Swiftie?
remember when two people got on stage and then tried to kill her and everybody was like, yeah,
and everyone just cheered.
Yeah.
And then she just left.
Yeah, and she didn't even play a second song and just left. That shit was awesome. Actually, yeah, Yuna gets a lot of props for her concert in which she played one song.
I mean, her band fucking killed it.
I was thinking that was the
That's
closer.
true.
Like she came on for like a she did a costume change. She did the rest of the set in her old
Oh yeah,
outfit.
maybe that was the encore.
It could be.
Maybe Real Emotion is the encore. I mean, it should be. That's how every fucking Distant
played a lot of
World
deep cuts.
concert should end.
She had a cool like guest appearance in the middle. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Oh wait, wasn't the Super Bowl yesterday? Is there some kind of like joke I could like?
I mean, we could talk about Usher if you want.
She rollerbladed.
Ludacris comes out and everyone goes fucking nuts because Luda rules.
And then
There
that
you
cool
go.
J-pop girl comes out with does a sick ass guitar solo.
Hell
I
yeah.
could not tell it was played live or not, but it sounded fucking cool.
There we go. See, we topical. Kept up with the
Alicia
times.
Keys
Let's
is
go.
there playing piano and all the Zoomers are like, "Who's this random lady?" And it's like, holy shit, that is the most disrespectful thing I ever heard about Alicia Keys.
Yeah, she made a really good piano VST.
Yeah, for Contact. Yeah, it's called Alicia's Keys, and it's like
Fucking
Yo,
$200.
that
It's
fucking
really good.
rocks, dude. Hell yeah.
Everyone uses it, as they should.
Yeah, it's really good.
But we're back in Luca, not in Moogle form.
It's true.
There's, of course, the guy who's like, Blitz season can't come fucking soon enough.
One track mind.
Yeah, always thinking
And
about ball.
as we walk down the stairs to go into like the what would you call that? I mean, it's like the little
The plaza.
the little circle where there's like different shops and stuff.
It's a square.
at
The Promenade.
Ooh, both of those are really good.
I'm just thinking of that Killers song. I don't know if that's actually what a promenade is.
It's kind of the town square. It's the central. It's the
Yeah,
It's where the trophies are. It's where we think Jimma and what's his name?
Jim and Baba.
Bappa. Yeah. I was thinking about Jimma and Bappa yesterday at the Super Bowl because Nickelodeon did a
that's
fucking live cast of the Super Bowl where they had basically Tom Kenny and I forget the
Patrick
the actor
Star.
who plays Patrick, he was also in Stephen King's The Stand.
Yeah, they have
as-
VTubers.
Yeah, they were fucking VTubers.
That's awesome.
They just had helmets with like iPhones in front of them that was for the face tracking, and they had 3D models. Someone posted the like Sandy Cheeks on the field wearing her fucking undersea like helmet and stuff, and someone was like, "Sandy, take your fucking helmet off. You're on your home turf. What are you doing? Why are you wearing the helmet?" But I imagine that's the same thing that Tom Kenny had to use when recording his dialogue for the Blitzball tournament.
Yeah, all the iconic facial animations that they
Of
breaking
Jimma.
new ground with. Yeah, of Jimma. But Shelinda is here doing what she does
Wait,
best.
I
and
have one joke.
Yeah, I know
Do you think Tom Kenny
Yeah,
is
just like
related?
the fucking right wingers.
I
Curtis is going to be talking about gender again.
No. I was too late. I had to like Google the name, or I had to like Google how it was spelled real fast to make sure I was right. And then you started going on right as I was almost ready. But imagine we went back in time and I said, "Is Tom Kenny related to Slater Kenny?" And then everybody would go, "It's like 5 out of 10." So continue,
yes.
please.
the
Sorry.
band?
Yeah,
Slater Kenny's a band, not a person.
I know. Well, he could be related to all of them.
the Kenny dynasty. Also, you can do some amazing 10-2 innovative tech of holding down the B button to jump and find a chest that is a couple
yeah.
light curtains that are just like on the little lawn next to the staircase.
What is Curtis doing?
I'm very
I'm so distracted by him sneakily trying to
he's
eat.
sneakily trying to eat, and he's moving his microphone. And I saw this, and I was
Curtis,
like,
your VTuber model is not turned on. Like
I was stammering a little bit because I was like, okay, I don't know if something is going on that Curtis needs to stop. Construction is happening, or like the Kool-Aid Man is breaking into his room or something. So we should probably stop recording for a second, and I can do another take of this bit that's not even funny. Or he's trying to eat, but I see that his entire sandwich is next to him, and he seems to be reaching in front of him. But no, he was grabbing. It looked like kettle cooked chips to put in his sandwich, which is a fucking incredible move. That is a perfect way to. As I was saying, we can jump over the geometry to get to places we couldn't get in Final Fantasy X, so that we can get these light curtains in this chest, which is really cool because they brought that back in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because that's all I was doing when I played the demo, was just making Cloud run around and do the Final Fantasy X hold down the button to jump around mechanics.
Yeah, I noticed that when I played the demo, that you can just like jump around on this stuff. Wow.
Pretty good.
But Shelinda's here, and she's doing what she does best, which is being a hype woman, I guess, because last we saw her, she was convincing all of Spirit to sing a song.
That's
so
right.
I guess it's naturally she gets into, I guess, becoming an anchor woman.
Yeah, I think she goes into it a little bit. I think we get a little bit more about what she's been up to the past 2 years, and she's tried a couple different things, and this was the thing that kind of just stuck. But we get another interesting mechanic here because we're seeing it through the camera of like the news crew, and in the top right corner we can see L for camera 1 and R for camera 2. So it just changes camera angles and makes Shelinda have to change her where she's facing as all of this dialogue is happening in this cutscene.
And you can change where Yuna is just running around the whole scene and just being a fucking nuisance.
Oh, can you? I didn't even know you could control her still.
Yeah, you can just like walk in front of the camera and just block.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I just
block
literally just had her sit there the whole time.
Yeah, if I ever speedrun this, which I won't, but if I do, I will try and just have Yuna staring, like getting in the way of the camera, and then quickly switching to the other one, and have Yuna run in front of the other camera and switch it back, and be like making the camera crew work for it.
I don't know about y'all, but I know that at one point during Shelinda's interview, but what's happening is that like Shelinda is like roughly interviewing Yuna. Like Yuna just walks down there.
She just happens to have shown up.
Yeah,
while they're
Shelinda's
talking about
like
her.
already doing the like broadcast, and she's like, "And here's our special guest, Yuna." And it's like, you opportunist motherfucker.
It's like if you were going to like the Tonight Show, and then as you walk in the door to get in the audience, everyone's like, "Oh yes, and our guest's here." Like,
yeah,
wait,
exactly. Yeah.
Did I fucking tell you guys that exact scenario sort of happened to me in college?
Oh no.
Only much worse. I wanted to skip my graduation because I graduated from ITT Technical University, which is a fake school that I can't even fucking get into. But I wanted to skip the graduation because I went to visit my older brother in LA. Like that was like the graduation gift that my parents got me. So I was in LA hanging out with my brother and my friends out there, and I was like, I really don't care about this fucking school. I don't care about this graduation. This is all a sham. Like, they would just mail me my diploma anyway. Why do I have to fucking be there for it? But my mom was like, I want to watch you graduate from college, which is understandable. So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. So I flew back, like ended my vacation earlier than I would have liked to have. Flew back, get home like early in the morning, and then I have to go right to like my graduation ceremony, which is at like 5 p.m. after like a long flight and stuff. We get there, and I show up a little later than like they called for the students, because of course. And I walk up and they go, "Oh, okay, cool, nice guys. Yeah, our valedictorian is here." And I was like, "Oh shit, cool, who?" And they were like, "You." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, you have to give a speech." And I was like, did anyone want to fucking tell me that I had to give a speech? And I was so fucking annoyed about everything about this that I was so ready. I was like, okay, the pressure's on. I have to give a speech at a graduation of college in like an hour. What speech am I going to do? And I just like Googled and pulled up Bill Pullman's presidential speech from Independence Day. And I was so ready to just be like, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. This is our graduation day. But the problem was the way that the school was structured was there was multiple like classes, so there were multiple valedictorians depending on which major they had. And the woman who was the valedictorian before me was like in the nursing program, and she gave a very
and she did the Independence Day.
She did the Independence.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it! No, she gave a very impassioned speech that was like really, really sweet. She was like thanking her family and crying and saying like, "Mom, like you inspired me to do this," and it was very emotional and stuff. And then they're like, "And up next is the computer guy," and I was like. I can't do that. As funny as it would be for me, that would be like the biggest dick move of all time. So I just had to like off the cuff, like try and come up with a speech. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. But I wanted to. I almost did. If I went first, I was going to go like, good morning, and like try and get feedback and be like, good morning. Anyway, Shelinda's talking
Anyone's
to us.
seen my keys? Just like, I lost my keys somewhere. But anyway.
Yeah, but anyway.
Shelinda's here.
And she basically just like recaps the things that have happened in the game already. Where she's like talking about the struggle between New Yevon and the Youth League and how they're like battling over this sphere, right?
Hello and good afternoon, Luca. This is Shelinda bringing you all the latest news from throughout Spira. These days, everyone's talking about the groups battling throughout Spira for control of the spheres. Let's start with the Youth League. From its leader, Maven Nuge, on down, their ranks are made up mostly of former Crusaders. Fresh off its attack on Kilika Temple, the Youth League is sending shockwaves throughout Spira.
And she just talks like really, it's just like the things that we've learned from the game already. New Yevon has a new praetor.
Recap.
His name's Baralai. There's a guy named Nuge who's in charge of the Youth League. And here's Yuna, right? And they kind of like assault her with like fake questions, I guess, or whatever, you know?
Yeah, a bunch of fluff.
Yeah, just a bunch of fluff stuff. But she does mention, she's like, yeah, there's these different factions. There's I like that she adds the LeBlanc Syndicate into the factions.
Let's not forget the LeBlanc
They're
Syndicate.
making a name for themselves.
Yeah,
A gang with a style all its own.
Yeah.
Headquartered at Chateau LeBlanc in Guadalajara, the agents span the globe.
But when she finally like hits Yuna right for some questions, she's like, "Hey, your concert was spectacular. Like, tell us about your concert." And Yuna's like, "Well, that wasn't really me up there." And Shelinda's like, puzzling words to be sure.
So cryptic.
Yeah. So mysterious.
So
from
true.
Yeah, so true.
And speaking of puzzling, why the sudden career change to sphere hunting? It sounds like you caused quite a stir with disappearing act you pulled at Besaid. I guess everyone's bringing up the fact that you just like got up and left.
Yeah.
Middle of being, I guess, still a...
It's still expected to do her job, even though she was like, I'm not living past this year. Fuck it.
She found the loophole, and now everyone's getting there for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shelinda asks if she says there's rumors that like you left Besaid to search after a certain young man. Like, what do you have to say about that? And you get an
and
option
the options
here.
that you get are like, that's right, those are only rumors, or it's a secret. What did you guys choose?
I said it's a secret.
Nice. Very cool. I feel like that's probably the most Yuna answer for that.
Yeah.
I said that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
and
happens
Shelinda
if you say
says,
that's right?
So tell us about him. And Yuna says, it's a long story. And Shelinda just says, I'm sure it is. One can only imagine the fascinating tales that led to you becoming the leader of the Gull Wings. And then Brother immediately
Elaborate
cuts
on
her
that,
off and
no.
stuff. Yeah, it's like there's no elaboration.
Let's never elaborate.
Hilariously, that's the same. She says that also if you say it's a secret.
It's literally the fucking scene from Wayne's World 2 where they're trying to pitch Wayne Stock or whatever the concert's called, and they're talking to Handsome Dan on the radio, and the entire time he's just fucking around with like all the cassettes and stuff that he's getting ready to play, and he goes, yeah, and Wayne's just like, I feel like you're not really listening to me. So it doesn't really matter what I'm saying at all. I could say anything like, you're a complete tool. Yeah, huh? They're like, yeah, it's been a lot of work. Well, work is hard. That's literally what's going on. Also, can we talk about the insane fucking microphone that Shelinda is holding?
Yes, it's so good.
There's a lot of weird microphone tech in this. It looks like, yeah.
That's how you
She
get
has the
crystal clear
Metalocalypse
tone.
phone. It's the Metalocalypse phone. It's recording on water.
I was thinking that exact thing.
Yep,
There's like
yep.
a tube underneath where the top of the microphone would be, and it's just like a vial of water.
It really looks like a blimp mic if you look those up. It's
Oh yeah.
so at the top, the tip is a blimp mic. The shaft is a lava lamp, and the base is just like a sword.
Yeah, it's like a sword hilt. It's pretty fucking sick. That's what we should be recording on. We're using these fucking lame ass Shure SM7B pieces of shit.
Sure, get on it.
Complete with Cloud Lifter, fucking joke podcast.
I guess it's like a tube, some sort of tube.
What is this? Some sort of tube?
But yeah, Brother's not happy that Shelinda called Yuna the leader of the Gull Wings.
I love that.
Hold it right there. I'm the leader. Me. Gull Wings. We rock you. And then Buddy just like wanders in like a fucking lost puppy, and he just says, "Whoa, this thing on?"
Yeah, I know. It's so
And then
good.
Shinra's like, "It's taping you two morons right now. This is just a toy."
He was like, "This is just a toy compared to the things I've invented."
Yeah, he's like looking
Yeah,
at the camera. And it's like, "Shut the fuck up, you little dweeb." Oh my god.
I like the Yuna is just, or that Rika is just smoozing with a guy in the background, kind of not really doing anything.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. That rocks.
She's just behind Yuna.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, also, so speaking of like the like LNR mechanics or whatever, where you like change the camera angle, it locks the camera angle before Brother and Buddy come in, right? 'Cause,
Right,
like,
yeah, you don't get
they
to see
have to
them
do
walk
like a
in.
little scene, but
Got to go to boundary break to see them appear.
yeah, but I hit the R and L button like 2 or 3 times at the very, very beginning of this scene, and it just got locked like at the very beginning, and everybody was facing the wrong way the whole scene. And I was
Oh,
like,
that rocks.
well,
You broke it. Cool.
yeah.
So depending on what we've said, I think like Shinla will ask us, tell us, is it true the Gullwings have thrown their support behind the Youth League or New Yevon, depending on what you've chosen.
Right.
And then Brother's like, that statement is kind of true, but not really, no.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Buddy's
right.
like, we don't want to get caught up in other people's problems.
Yeah, and then Shelinda's just like, get so many questions to ask about this very important political shift, but we're out of time.
Yeah.
Screw it, fuck it, who cares?
I know everyone watching really wants to know what the High Summoner is going to vote in this upcoming election in this 2-party system that we have
It
now.
sounds like she's more of like a TMZ type of publication. It was like,
Yeah,
it's all about this boy.
Nuge Yevon just posted a tweet after this that's just his eyes glowing red, and it says, just like we scripted it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. What the fuck was that?
I
Never mind.
can't. No, I don't even want to fucking talk about
Don't
that
even.
shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're out of time. Thanks to today's guest, High Summer Unit and the Gullwings.
Yeah. And yeah. So afterwards, like the gang meets back up on the stairs. Riku, Pain, and Yuna are talking to each other. They joke about Pain, like, "Oh, Pain, why didn't you jump in there? You should have gone in there and like answered some questions." And she goes, "It was more fun watching." Right?
Yeah, just dusting it off as like to me, all of like the shit surrounding Pain is like to me starting to click. I don't know if this is where they're trying to go with it, but it's just like, yeah, she for some reason doesn't want to be in front of a lot of people. Like she doesn't want to be seen. She never really wants to be seen. She's always like turning her back and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
And certain people are just like, you know, she's definitely trying to avoid their eyes. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably why she didn't want to be on TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Shelinda comes up to us afterwards, right, and is like, "Oh, hey, thanks for the interview. You know, long time no see." I think do we get a prompt for remembering Shelinda?
No.
No, okay. We just remember Shelinda. Who could forget?
Yeah,
could you
who could forget?
Yeah, but
I mean, fuck, we remember Shelinda from last time, which is
I know.
astounding.
I feel like multiple times this season we've been like, "Where is Shelinda? What is she doing now?" But she kind of like gives us her background about like what happened in the last 2 years, right? That after the fall of Yevon, you know, all the temples are in disarray. People are trying to pull things together, and she felt like she could be really useful in that time. This is what she's telling us. she's like, oh yeah, you know, I could go in there and I could like do something and be somebody or whatever and make a difference, but it was just me being like ordered around all the time to do like small menial stuff, and like that really wasn't what I was in for. So I wanted to do something with a little more like impact, and so yeah, with a little more zazz, a little more jazz hands, and so and that's why she finds herself here now, is that she's like, I felt I could do that doing this job instead. So she's kind of left the temple to do this because she feels like it makes more of a difference, it makes more of an impact in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, like, respect. That's cool.
She also, before that, she does give us a covetous garment grid.
The covetous serpent ring. Wait,
Hell
is that what
yeah.
it is? The covetous iron ring. What is it?
I think
Dark
it's the
Souls,
covetous.
help me.
I think it's the serpent ring. Yeah,
Okay.
the covetous gold or the covetous silver. There is a cute moment too where Riku and Pain are just like in that one spot where the hidden people that we had to give balloons to were, like in the snack bar or whatever in the diner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pain is just talking about Shelinda and says like, yeah, she's complaining, but you can tell she enjoys it. And Riku says, sounds a bit like Uni, don't you think? And Yuna's like, really?
Yeah, and then they run back behind that counter where we saw presumably Baba and Jimma a couple episodes ago.
And we see a blitzball back there now. Maybe that's that kid from the season we did on 10. I almost said season 1, like this is a fucking anime. I mean, I guess this is pretty anime.
Yeah, they run back there and they like are playing, they're like acting like they're announcing a sports game or like talking to each other about like commentary and stuff, right? And Riku's like,
Dr. B, care to give us your opinion?
The hardest person to know is yourself.
and they like both look at Yuna and she's just like, hey, shut up.
Cut that out.
You cut that out. But that's really all there is to do in Luca. There's really nothing else to
You
go
can talk
do
to
or
a
see.
guy
That's all
who's
the percent.
immediately talking shit, I assume, because perhaps you can talk to an NPC, I'll say. And they say, aren't the gull wings a little... never mind. It's like, what the fuck you say about the gull wings?
Fuck.
You're just squaring up.
Kids are talking about kindergartens or Bavel on an investigation.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Shout outs to the kindergartners.
Kindergartens?
Guardians, that's it, yeah. I took away the pun and just said the word that it is a pun of. An older woman says, Yevon using Machina for broadcasts. Times truly have changed, which is an interesting point. And apparently the Machine faction are the ones who created all the technology for New Yevon to use to do these sphere broadcasts.
That's cool.
A kid brings up something terrifying that I immediately was like, no. He says, is Sphere Break really that fun? And I was like, I haven't thought about that. I don't want to do that. Maybe that's where my missing 2% is, hopefully.
Sphere Break ain't that bad. Everybody says Sphere Break. What a terrible minigame. And the truth is, it's not great, but it's not the worst. It's like fine.
The truth is, a lot of the minigames in this aren't great.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the minigames in this suck. So comparatively, Sphere Break is fine. It's just like, what, like... Sphere Break is like a children's math game where it can be like, math can be fun. And 5 + 5. Oh, that's
Math
10.
munchers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that, but like with a Final Fantasy skin on it.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's fun.
Jumpstart Spira 4th grade.
It's Spira Jumpstart. That's all it is. You can play it on your Sphere or Windows 95.
So, okay, the dialogue has changed, and like if you go to like the theater, that guy is still like explaining theory.
Theory and praxis.
Yeah, he's like, no matter how I explain it, it just keeps bouncing off. It's simple theory, really. Why can't she understand?
Oh my god, he's still mansplaining? Fuck yeah.
I thought it was the same thing as last time, but it's actually new to dialogue, which means he's just been here the whole time, just trying to explain it. It's like, all I want to know is how spheres work. Now I'm getting a whole dissertation.
Dudes do be rocking.
Okay, so
Luca.
that's Luca, baby. One of my favorite missions in Final Fantasy X-2 is the next one.
Yeah, this one's really good. I liked this a lot.
This is really good for multiple reasons. I'm very excited to get into it. But there's several ways that this mission can play out. And obviously there's like a quote-unquote correct 100% way to do this mission. But all kinds of things in this mission are down to your personal playthrough. So when you play it, if you're not looking for 100%, it might happen slightly different for you. And like small things too. There'll be like camera angles will be different. The way people like walk or jump will be different. And it does matter to how this ends in chapter 5, right? But it's a very fun mission. So I'm like excited to get into this one because it's one of my favorite in the game.
So should we go to the Celsius first to rest and then
then dive in?
We should always go back to the Celsius to go to the cabin. That's for sure.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna miss out on there.
Mm-hmm.
We might be missing 100% if we don't.
That's quite right.
Yeah, what are they saying up in the cabin right now if you go up there? Sometimes they say some goofy shit.
Yeah, I didn't actually go to the cabin or anything, so I wonder what Pain and Riku say, because they usually I imagine they say something about Shelinda.
Yeah, probably so. I mean,
Riku says Pain's such a me, she won't help me practice my sphere break.
not a TCG fan.
Oh, there he says. It's, Riku says, too bad I didn't set our sphere recorder to record the Luca broadcast. So I didn't set my DVR.
My TiVo!
As long as she enjoys being bossed around, I guess it's okay, says Pain.
But yeah, if you would like to, we can go to the cabin real quick and take a quick rest before we hit the next one.
Are we talking about the meta of the game or for us?
I'm not sure. I wasn't sure.
I thought it was queuing up for the break, because
That's what I thought too. But I
got
wasn't
back
sure.
from
I was
Luca,
like, well, we're like,
and boy, are my legs tired.
Yeah, why not? Because we don't. Who knows how long this will take? But yeah, let's take a break.
Let's take a
It'll be
quick
short
break.
one.
an early break. All right, let's do it. And I'm going to eat so much sandwich right now. I'm sorry.
Our break is done. We
Our
learned
break
a lot.
is done.
Is sphere break really that good?
Yeah, we've become experts at sphere break.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've sphere broken, but
Been a long time since I sphere broken.
it's been a long time since the sphere broken. When we get there, I'm gonna show you all how it's done. I'm gonna tell you how to get good at sphere break.
I am one to enjoy shitty mini games in Final Fantasy games. So
Yeah, I know your personal favorite being the mini game where you have to move the little Roomba around in the FF7 Rebirth demo, right?
of course, yes.
Yeah, real big into that.
I was very much not baffled that it took as long to move that thing.
Yes, so as I was alluding to earlier, favorite mission, we are on the Mi'hen Highroad once again, right?
Yes, sir. The Mi'hen Highroad sure has changed a lot since the calm began. I bet you're just dying to hear all about today's Highroad, dear listener. And I imagine
I know I
that
am.
given the option between saying, "How did you know?" or "Nope," that the listener would say, "How did you know?" And I will say, once upon a time, Chocoback was the only way to travel the high road.
Choco back.
But what of the Chocobo hunting fiends and the steady increase of Albed Machina in these parts? You guessed it. As more and more travelers turned to hovers for their transportation needs, Chocobos gradually became a rare sight, changing the face of the high road. On a hover, you can quickly and safely reach your destination. What's more, the travel agency has installed Sentry Machina along the... I feel like none of this is actually that interesting. I think we already knew all of this.
I think.
Well, that's the gist of it. Take a look around and see for yourself. And then help yourself to the muscle belt. That is an accessory that is stored in a treasure chest just behind me, dear listener.
Oh, I didn't get that. I go back.
We already have one at this point, I think. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's useful to have multiple. I'm sure there's applications.
What if you had two? What if Pain had two belts?
I have been rolling with 2 warriors, but just because I like to just only attack when I'm in battles, because I can just easily take them all out and have to push less buttons. It feels
Yeah,
like.
that is the way. I bet I've had a warrior, a white mage, and a black mage. Going real like classic FF1
Classic style. I've been doing the other classic Final Fantasy of Festivalist, Psychic, and another one that is not in any of the other games that I can't remember.
Freelancer. That's in last mission.
Gun mage.
Gun Mage, yes.
Gun Mage was exciting the first time you equip it, and then it's immediately not exciting anymore.
I fucking love Gun Mage. I've been using it so much.
Oh, really?
One, it's
Have
a
you?
fucking ridiculous concept, and I just, I like a blue mage where you can, I like an enemy skill, so.
I feel like its utility is not as like good as some of the other dress spheres.
Oh, definitely. I like having Absorb in my back pocket so I don't have to like use an ether.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's taken money out of Awaka's pocket as well because I can get the cheap ethers from him, but who's got time for
Discount.
that? Yeah, the discount, yeah.
But we're making our way to the travel agency, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and I think there's NPCs along the way that we can
We could take a hover.
We could take the hover.
Oh, you
and
better
we
believe
could
it's the
also do the publicity shit with them, which I started to do, I think, in this area, and I got everything. Because the 100% guide, I think, also says, like, hey, you might lock yourself out of some publicity shit here if you don't do it, so probably worth looking into that guide and doing it. But it's also, I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I ain't doing
it.
Yeah, I should just not do it. But they basically just kind of say the same thing. The Albed have made Machina sentries to take out some of the larger fiends, and the smaller ones like don't get detected because there was a fucking mishap where it was like every single piece of Machina was just like seeing everything as a threat. So it's just like trying to kill people and they had to stop it. And I think the Machine faction came in and fixed all of that. So they only go after larger fiends now, but like the smaller ones that are a little easier to deal with, that's what the people kind of deal with.
They will only run over adults now.
Yeah, so interesting because we do fight like the Iron Giant kind of enemy. I forget.
Yeah, is that not big enough?
Yeah. It's
Maybe
like
it's too big.
so they should be difficult. Like I think they were difficult in Final Fantasy X, like this version of it, but now they're just not, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because you would, I remember seeing that and being like, oh fuck, I'm afraid of this one. And then I'm like, oh, I killed it as I was doing my setup thing. I killed it with Absorb by accident.
Yeah, it's like a chapter 1 mob now.
Yeah, I guess they have like
Weird.
Saiyan scouters so they can sense power level. Or I guess they can just use Scan, which is the in-universe version of that I could have made the reference to instead of Dragon Ball. But
But yeah, it actually is important, like, not for this mission, but it's important to put in the back of your mind all the stories about Machina in this area and how they've, like, come to the area and how hovers are affecting nature and stuff like that. Like, one of the things that makes this area, starting in chapter 2, my favorite area in the game and my favorite plotline, is like the way a bunch of disparate elements come together. So like,
nice.
It's an important piece of information to know about that the Machina were brought here by the Albed. They're chosen to go after fiends, but they were seeing everything as a threat, so they had to be dialed back.
It's also good to know that even 2 years later after the events of Final Fantasy X, casual racism is still alive and well. One of the NPCs does say, I don't trust the Machina any more than the Albed who brought them, which, fuck that guy.
You're telling me racism hasn't been fixed? Oh my goodness.
There's also a nice little detail that I liked where you can talk to one of the Albed behind like the travel agency or whatever, and there's a bunch of the little sentry Machina right there, and she says, I'm programming these Machina, but where she's programming them from is that like weird Wii U tablet that we were talking about. But I love that.
I did walk the whole way just to
Same.
talk to some folks. Yeah, there was a guy, the guy with the low-rise pants who says sin. He's like, hey, are you walking down the high road? Now there's something I haven't seen in a while.
It's the Sin guy?
The guy who says sin.
Oh my
God,
shit,
he's here.
I didn't
Wow.
recognize him. Like every other NPC in this game, I did not recognize him from the first game.
I've seen him a few times. I think I saw my Kilika at some
Oh, I'm
point.
glad he's all right.
Yeah, his weird, Aquaman low-rise pants put in the front.
Yeah. I'm going back to look now.
And then there's a person hanging out with those giant kicking robots.
Oh, I love that.
He's like, if you got kicked by one of these babies, you'd need a lot more than first aid.
It's like, yeah, we know, we've been there. We've done that.
Robotics in the real world has failed us.
The Sin guy, I'm actually going to tie this to what we were talking about a little earlier too. Like after you talk to him about that, you see like, hey, what are you up to here? He says, me, well, you see, I sort of lost my wallet. See, he got so close to Sin, he became forgetful, and he forgot where he put his wallet. Even 2 years later. There's also a treasure chest near there, and I thought it'd be really funny if it was filled with like 1,000 gil. So you just like steal that guy's wallet, like wallet inspector. Hey, that guy's not the wallet inspector. But no, it's 3 Phoenix Downs there.
That's
Nice.
great. But yeah, so once we get to the travel agency, right, we go inside and there's like a scene that's already going on as soon as we walk in between this like younger girl and the person working at the travel agency, right? And the travel agency attendant says to her, "I'm sorry, but you won't be able to go chocobo riding." And the little girl's like sad and she's like, "Oh, I see. I'm sorry to bother you." And she walks past you and leaves, right?
Yeah, it also says her name, which is a recurring name in the Final Fantasy series, which is question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Question marks, you're here too.
Everyone's favorite characters from Final
love them.
Fantasy games. There's a statue of a chocobo off to the side, like in front of a map
hell
of
yeah.
Spira. It's really, really cute. I think you can interact with it, and it says
She says it's not for sale.
yeah, it's a toy chocobo. Isn't the craftsmanship superb?
There's also one of those Machina in the travel agency, and there's like 2 other people sitting at a table, and they're like,
I love this.
yeah. I didn't get the actual. Do you have the actual text?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She says,
read the actual text.
It's like, hey, is that Machina looking this way? I think it's watching me. This is so creepy. It's just, I get the feeling it might attack if I were to move. Maybe I should sit still and don't make it angry.
Its vision is based on movement. Yeah, so once you go back outside the travel agency, you can find that girl like standing on the like
The
cliffside.
precipice there. Where
Yeah.
Nice view of the place where we would beam down to get a cool item.
Yeah, I think, isn't that also the place where Titus realized what the end goal of the pilgrimage was when he was talking to Yuna?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I've been
Not
such
yet.
an idiot.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. I
Oh,
guess
maybe that was where
technically-
he was like, oh yeah, we'll come back here later and have fun and live forever.
That's where she recorded her like goodbye note, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was like making fun of how like the Maester talks and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
The moment Yuna finally knew that she was into him is when he was like, "Yo, fuck those people. Yo, fuck the Maester. He sounds like this." And she was like, "Oh my god, he's so hot."
Unbecoming of a summoner.
But yeah. So we can talk to that girl who's standing over there in that area now, and she asks us if we're Yuna, and she's like, "Oh my god, do you remember me?" And I don't. Who is this?
I
don't
also
remember what she did.
don't, but we have to lie.
When she explains it, I remember.
If we want 100%, we have to lie and say, I think I remember. I think that's part of 100%.
So, if you remember when we came to the Mi'hen Highroad the first time, there's a little cutscene by some ruins. It's like, Lady Yuna, are you gonna bring the calm? And then like,
I think it's just like a basically like the Blitzball boy, essentially. Like that was her.
it was her and her mom, and then she goes running around in circles saying "Yay!"
Oh,
and
yeah.
like,
See.
and Tias thought this was like weird. Like, oh, that's just like he was getting weird vibes from this. I think because there's like how many people looked up to her and just like this weird like
Oh
what's
yeah,
the
I
deal
guess
with
it's
this calm thing.
Yeah.
You can't be Callie?
That's right. You really do remember me.
Remember Callie? We met her 2 years ago on the Mi'hen Highroad. The little girl that was so looking forward to the calm.
So we ask what she's doing here, and she says that she really wants to ride a chocobo. This is the place to be, I assume.
I straight up do not remember Callie.
I think it was like kind of a throwaway interaction. I don't know if she's even named in 10, is she?
Yes, she is named.
Oh, weird.
I found the cutscene.
Is she voice acted? Oh god, I forgot how good the fucking Mi'hen Highroad
Boing,
theme is
boing.
from.
My Lady Summoner.
You're a summoner?
Yes, my name is Yuna.
I'm Callie.
Nice to meet you, Callie.
Lady Yuna, are you going to bring us the calm?
Yes, very soon.
Yay!
We're looking forward to another calm, my Lady Summoner.
I'll do my best.
This is when Titus asks, like, what the hell's the calm?
This is the
That's
part
right,
where
okay.
Titus shits his pants in front of everyone and they're all embarrassed and they all make fun of him. I think.
It's the first of those scenes.
Yeah, it's the first time Titus shits his pants. And a turd rolls out the side of it that's shorts. And falls onto it, then Orin slips on it and breaks his other arm.
a reference.
No, I'm just. I guess it's kind of a reference to Squee, and the dude shits. Oh my god! Someone put shit in my pants.
I think about that all the time. I think about that one panel where it's like someone's put shit in my pants. I think about that constantly as like the ultimate joke.
It's pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, so we need to help Callie ride a chocobo.
It was the scene where like I think Titus knows what the calm is, and then is like also asks like like why bother if it's just gonna if Sin's just gonna come back in like 10 years or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like it's totally worth it, dude.
And everybody says, "Titus, shut up."
Why bother cleaning my shitty pants when I'm just gonna shit in them again? Yeah, but Riku reminds Callie, like, hey, you don't really see chocobos too much around here anymore, like, because everyone's riding the hovers. And Callie says, like, on top of that, I hear there's a chocobo hunting fiend prowling around. This isn't a very good
fucking asshole.
Yeah, I thought we taught him a lesson last time.
Yeah, I thought Elma took care of that.
This isn't a very good place for poor little chocobos anymore. I can't remember. Did we kill the chocobo hunter last time?
We're supposed to.
Yeah, you can
and I know
fail it.
I know that you can fail it, and then so I guess like
I mean, we knock it off. I guess we knock it over the cliff.
That's what I mean. Do we
counts.
see a confirmed kill? Do we see the fireflies? I'm wondering. I feel like I have a flash of a memory that I might be inventing of Curtis just being like, and that's the last we'll ever see of the chocobo. The chocobo eater until 10-2 when we fight it again. I think like that to me like seems like something that happened. I might go back and listen to the episode that we did on the Mi'hen Highroad and just see, because it would be fun. I also want to hear us talking about Callie and see if we had anything to say about it. Then we're just like, I don't fucking remember this NPC at all. That would be really funny. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Flashback like, oh, I love this kid. We'll never forget her. I'll always remember you, Callie.
But yeah, Riku's wondering, like, maybe the chocobo are just gone for good. Like,
you can kill the chocobo eater.
Okay, nice.
He's
cool.
confirmed like fireflies is sent. So this is just another one.
It can go one of three ways. You can push it over, it can push you over, or you can straight up kill it.
Right. Okay. It was the interesting battle where it was like a kind of like a mini game.
Yeah.
It's either like instant win if with the tug of war, or you just kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But as all of that conversation is happening, a fucking chocobo just walks up and stares directly into the camera.
And it's so funny. The timing is hilarious.
It's like Kangaroo Jack.
And there's like a
classic 2004 film, Kangaroo Jack. Anthony Anderson was hilarious.
Chocobo Jack.
Chocobo Jack.
Chocobo Jack.
There's several shots of just like the chocobo just centered on the camera, just looking at the camera, and then like the party like looking also at the camera or off to the side, like where they're looking at the chocobo.
Another really good Riku face, just looking goofy as hell.
Yeah.
Yuna says Cho, then Riku exclaims Cho, and then Pain asks Cho.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pain's not facing the chocobo. She's the only one who doesn't see it. And so
yeah,
she's
Pain
like,
hates looking
Cho?
at shit. It's one of her defining
one right
characteristics.
behind me, isn't there?
But yeah, the chocobo runs off. Callie's like, oh my god, we have to go catch it. You should help me. And we get an option to actually take that mission on or not. And if you're not a heartless monster, you will say, of course.
You want to help the girl live out her dream of riding a chocobo. Come on. So you say, of course. And then mission time. Cuckoo for chocobos. Your mission, catch the chocobo for Callie, follow Captain Riku's instructions, and bring that winged whirlwind to justice. It's the quest of a lifetime. And the quest is spelled like Quay. Yeah, it's really
Is this
good.
a Cocoa Puffs reference?
Yep. I believe it is, yes. I think this is the first of
Cocoa
many future games will have these as well. First of many serial references in Final Fantasy.
Yes.
I like seeing the gears turning in Curtis's head trying to think about. I'm just making it up. I'm just lying.
Okay.
I'm just once again lying.
I was like, what game?
I guess 15 has ramen references in it, right? With the product placement.
Not even. Yeah, I was gonna say not even references. It's just straight up in the game.
And Coleman was very friends.
Yeah.
But we go back to the southern part of Mi'hen Highroad, right?
Well, yeah. So the Riku kind of takes point, and she's like, "Follow me," and then we head Yeah, south. And we're not all the way south. We're just in that next screen, like as soon as you go south from the travel agency. But yeah, Riku's like, I know where the Chocobo went. Follow me. I'll take you to it. And we get like
she's never steered us wrong in the past.
Yeah, of
she's
course.
never steered us wrong.
She's extremely witty, so she will absolutely not fail in this one.
Stick with Riku as you make your way down the high road. Maybe you can nab some of those feathers along the way.
Yeah, we get like what I would extremely charitably call a mini game.
Yeah.
Where basically we're just walking to the south point of this.
We're just walking. If you didn't take the hover like me and Alex to get all that juicy dialogue, you just have to walk back the way you
He's
came.
walking back. Yeah.
I think there's also encounters here while this is happening. Or no, maybe not. No,
not during the
not during
minigame,
this.
no.
Right? Okay.
We get the cool Chocobo music, which I've been using as our break music.
It's really good. Yeah, I do like it.
It's real stanky.
It is really good. But yeah, as we go south, like basically there are Chocobo feathers lining the road, and depending on how many we collect, we can get an assorted various amount of useless trinkets at the end of this, like that amount to nothing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't actually know what that was for, but I tried to get. I failed this a lot, which the game sets you up to do. So
yeah. So the recurring gag of this, right, is that like every so often Riku will be like, okay, I see the Chocobo. He's over there. And you get an option.
Went that away. He's in that way that if you were paying attention to the map earlier, you know that this is where fucking that dude lost his wallet and is just a like out of the way and one way. Like it's a dead end.
Yeah. And so essentially every single time Riku says like, oh, I see him, he's over there, she does not. And the correct option is just to ignore Riku. And so like the game, which to me like this sucks because the game is like follow Riku, and then if you follow Riku you fail.
Yeah, but I think to be charitable about that, I think if you don't fail this game a lot, or it might be the next part of the game, but if you don't fail this a lot, then you lock yourself out of 100%. The next one.
Okay,
yeah. But you also do get rewarded. It sucks that you have to start it over, but it's literally just you walk a full screen. There's always a treasure chest there that Riku's pointing at, and it has Chocobo feathers in it, varying amounts, like 2 or 3 at a time.
And there's sometimes a timer. I think that happens if we like.
If it gets too far away from you, you only have like 5 seconds to catch up with Riku to stay on its tail. So it's like you always have to be moving, and that kind of they put feathers kind of out of the way for you to try and get. And if you go to get it, you might lose the Chocobo.
Hilariously, you do have to stay close to Riku. So if you like pass Riku, it'll be like the Chocobo's getting away, and you'll lose if you're like too far ahead of her.
It's like a circumference around Riku instead of just.
It is kind of an escort mission in a way, where it's like it's funny that like the timer is related to Riku, who it says Chocobo out of sight in like 5, 4, 3. Like, wait, Riku can actually see it or not? Like,
yeah. That's like the thing of like this whole mission is that we're following Riku. She's spotting the Chocobo, except like I guess the gag is that constantly
over there, and you
she
say no,
cannot
it is.
see it.
It's like, and then like, all right,
yeah, you have to be like, no, it's not there, and she's like, okay, oh, it's actually over here. It's actually in the same spot that it was when I was watching it the whole time. Whoops.
Yeah.
I got distracted by that treasure chest.
I know I was like a little bit sour about like, oh, the game says follow Riku, and then if you do, you like lose. But this is a comedy. Like this is a like,
of course,
a very goofy set of missions.
It's pretty funny that she is never correct.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like it kind of works still. But yeah, once we get to the southern point and we transition into the next screen, Riku points out the Chocobo. She sees it, right? And she's like, all right, we need to run down there and get it. Like, let's go get it. Or well, at first she wants to find a high point, right? She wants to like
she needs to scout it out.
She needs
the
scout
higher
it out.
ground.
Yeah, see where it is and like make a plan, right? Actually, do I have that backwards?
I think she sees it first, and then we
Yeah, she says, I'll watch the far end. No chocobos will get out that way. Payne says, I've got this end. And that leaves me to catch it. The chocobo's lost its concentration. Oh, wait, that's when you fail enough. You get that prompt. Oh, yeah, so no, we got the pincer attack now where it kind of just becomes like a rock, paper, scissors game at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I think the first time we go try to catch
shitting
up
all
with
over
it,
the sanctity of this great mini game.
Yeah.
Curtis.
Well, I forgot the
dare
order
you
of
get
them,
things-
yeah.
No, absolutely.
There's
I
like
also
3
do.
sections.
I think
to
first
this.
we see it from ground level, then the second time Riku needs to get to a higher point, and then the third time she gets even a higher point. So like,
Yes, but we have to do the minigame first, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
there's stages of minigame in between them.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think.
So first stage of minigame. I'm sorry. So we do the little thing where we chase her. We get all the chocobo feathers. Then Riku's like, okay, I'm gonna go run to the southern point of this map. Pain will stay at the northern point. Yuna, you go find the chocobo. Right? Like it's somewhere in between here.
Yeah.
Because the chocobos always stay on the road for some reason.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about. It's just like grass on the left and right side. Like the chocobo could easily just run around, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, so we walk up and down the high road. The chocobo will be in there, and once you find it, you play a little mini game where the chocobo is either going to run left, right, or straight forward toward Yuna, and you're expected to block it, right?
Just like football.
Exactly.
Just like football.
It's only 3 directions in football.
That's what they say. That's
That's what they
famous thing
said
say
last
about
night when I was
football.
watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And so at first it's entirely random because it's just going to pick one of those directions and there's no signal. So you're just arbitrarily picking a direction, right? So you have a 33% chance of getting it right. So
And
you
then
probably get it
whatever the
wrong.
math is of doing that 3 times in a row or something, right?
Yeah. Well, each time's independent. It's always 33%. But yeah, the idea that you would get it right multiple times in a row or something like that would be.
Yeah, I forget how
Yeah,
all that
whatever.
shit works.
But after you fail it 5 times, 5 or 6 times, I'm not sure.
It basically runs past you and you turn around and basically just have to go run like 50 feet that way to do it again. And it kind of goes back and forth a few times, right?
Right. And after you failed it enough, it'll say the chocobo is tired. It's now going to signal which direction that it's going to go.
We got
So-
him on the ropes.
Got him on the ropes. And so it'll like point left, right, or center, and then you can steer Yuna in one of those directions, right? Now, it is possible to choose the correct option multiple times, and you have to do it so many times correctly to move on to the next stage of the scene. And this is kind of what you were talking about, Carl. If you choose correctly multiple times in a row before the chocobo gets tired, you can lock yourself out of 100%.
That's insane.
It's
I mean,
insane.
the likelihood of it is very low, but
It's very
I
low,
imagine
yeah.
that could possibly happen.
Right. But
But doing it right is actually the worst option for 100%.
Yeah, it's like technically that would mean you're extremely lucky, but you're extremely lucky in a way that
Unlucky.
you don't want luck to happen
Right,
to
right,
affect you,
right.
so that makes it unlucky, I guess. I always love that shit.
So eventually, yeah, it once you've tired it out enough, it will eventually just jump over Rico and go into the next screen.
right.
Yeah,
right.
Riku says, maybe it's just me, but this is starting to chap my hide.
Yeah, I love that.
It says, where'd the chocobo go? Riku might be able to spot it if you stumble across any suspicious areas.
Yes, and this is the part where you have to find high ground.
Yeah, so we find like I think it was one of the guy where he lost his wallet. That area, she goes and kind of stands on top of the ruins and sees it at the other ruins where we first met Mei-chan, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
And we run over there and it's already gone. And then so she climbs up on top of those ruins and sees all the way down, like almost near the entrance.
Payne
Yeah,
says, for
yeah.
such scrawny legs, it sure can run. And it's like, isn't that the chocobo's whole thing, is that they can run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she's on the higher position, when Riku like can see all the way down Mi'hen Highroad, she does spot the chocobo, and the party kind of runs off, right? Like Yuna runs off and Pain runs off, and Riku's left behind on top of this big ruin, and she's like, "Oh, wait for me!" And she jumps down, and depending on your win or loss rate with the chocobo blocking minigame, it changes how she lands.
Yeah,
And
it's
so-
weird.
If
She'll land on her butt or just like land gracefully, right?
she'll either land gracefully or she'll land on her butt, but so that the bottom of the screen is cut off and you cannot see where she's landing. So she lands somewhere on her butt. Importantly so.
Okay. Important detail. I was like, oh, a rare show of restraint by whoever was in control of the camera in relation to looking up a female skirt in one of these games.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it on too, and it didn't. There's no new information either, so it didn't show anything else.
Yeah. She'll like land on her feet first and then fall on her butt.
Right.
Because I remember like in the 100% guide, it's like if Riku falls on her butt, it means you did the correct thing. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. And I was like, and she landed on her feet, and I was like, fuck, I got to do this shit again. When's the last time I saved? And then I was like, and then she falls over under her butt. I'm like, okay, thank God.
Right. Importantly, too, if you do the Chocobo minigame successfully, when she lands on her feet, it makes like the sound that you would expect that it makes when you land on like grass or like dirt or whatever. It's like a thud. And when she lands on her butt, it makes a loud metallic clang sound.
Oh, yeah, it does. Right. Surely we don't have to think about that.
Sounds like she's opening a Subway bag.
But yeah, she gets up, and then I think we get to like the last part of the game, right?
Yeah.
The Chocobo is downright exhausted. All you have to do is chase it down for an easy capture. Well, probably. The real rodeo begins. Good luck.
Right. And so, yeah, you try to chase down the Chocobo. It's still a Chocobo. It can easily outrun you and out-navigate you. It just jumps over the party whenever you try to, like, grab it, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, I think someone says that,
That's what
right?
Riku says. Yeah, she says there's got to be a better way than this.
Yeah. You got to get the juice loosener.
Are you tired of Chocobos outrunning you? There's got to be a better way.
We're supposed to talk to one of the Albed, like, taxi drivers, basically, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
so one of the Albeds like, I haven't seen a Chocobo.
Importantly, I have to talk to her twice because I thought I did it wrong. Like, wait, is this the right person?
Yeah, it's true.
Because you talk to her and she says, "Was that a Chocobo? I haven't seen one on the high road in forever." And then there's nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and then you're like, okay.
And then you talk to her again, and it's like, that Chocobo's whipping your pants, huh? Maybe you'd like a little help.
I wonder if it like assumes that you might talk to her and then go chase after it and then miss it a bunch of times. And then you go back and talk to her again, and she's like, "Oh, it's whipping your pants or whatever." Who's to say? But yeah, that sets us up where we can see the Chocobo. I think we also see one of the little sentry guys. We see Pain and Riku kind of in position around the ruins, trying to get ready to capture it.
Where yeah, they're surrounding the ruins, kind of like blocking all available exits.
Yeah, except like all the hills and shit that it could easily run up.
Right.
But yeah, Riku blocks
bird.
the one way, it runs the other way, it finds Pain.
But the one of those hovercrafts comes and blocks the road.
Right. So the Chocobo can't do the thing it's
through.
been doing and jumping over everybody because it can't jump over the hovercraft.
Yeah, it's going like north or south or whatever.
Machina.
Yeah.
It's so sad that like we had to like wear this poor bird down using the thing that has made them obsolete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Listen, survival of the fittest, baby.
It's like trying to capture horses with your car.
That's why they call it horsepower.
I kind of love that idea though. just like driving like a vehicle,
Just a Ford
like,
Focus
trying to like lasso a horse or something like from your car. From my 2021 Toyota Camry, I'm just like, come here.
That should be a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
It should just be the Nissan ad from 13.
It's so dejected too, because like
It is.
The Chocobo is so like sad. It's just like, oh, just like kind of his head's drooped.
Yeah, it's real
and
goofy.
everyone's like, finally.
So we've caught the Chocobo, which I guess like instantaneously means that it's also tame. Whatever.
Well, I mean, that's Final Fantasy for you, right?
That's
Feeding it the greens and then killing all the enemies around it, and then you just have
true.
it.
Yeah, what is this, some kind of fantasy?
Then another NPC kind of just runs up and he says, "Hey, your friend's in hot water," and we see a cutscene of Callie just laying on top of a structure, and a Chocobo kind of running around. She was chasing her own Chocobo. I think she wipes out a little when trying to catch it, and it's right by the Chocobo eater.
Right, yeah, the Chocobo eater has shown up and he's decided to stop eating
We
Chocobos.
shouldn't have pushed it down there. That's where it lives now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's no longer interested in eating Chocobos. It's now going to eat people.
Yes.
And start with Callie, I guess. So we chase it down to that area, which is the north end of the high road, right?
Yeah, or before chasing it down there, you could also make a quick pit stop where that cutscene played out with Callie, and also the cutscene where Yuna was recording her last message to everyone, and do the PR mission for the guy who's just sitting looking at the structure, because apparently he disappears after this whole event, and I thought I missed that as well. And then luckily we still get a couple of sections to run through before it starts the actual mission or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay.
I like the idea.
Talk to this guy.
I like Yuna and Party running to save Callie because she's getting ready
Callie.
to be eaten by
Hey,
a chocobo eater.
Hey,
by the way, dude, you
friend?
want to marry my friend's son? Or wait, no, I guess whatever. Yeah. So we get to the north end of the high road, and a small recap from our Final Fantasy X season. Once you get all the way to the northernmost point of the high road, it doubles back on itself and goes underneath itself in a way. So it's kind of two-tiered.
It's the low road.
This was the low road was the
This is where we ended up if we lost the fight with the Chocobo Eater.
Right.
I think it's also where we would find the Saturn sigil or something.
There was one of the sigils there, and it was this is where we could ride a chocobo and find a feather to jump, which we have unlocked that ability in this game as humans, which is pretty sick, furthering the the obsoleteness of the chocobo. We can just do that.
Wow.
Obsolescence, that's right, you're right.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I love when I'm I was being very dumb.
But yeah, so we appear on the screen on the high part of the high road, right? And we can see down into that little canyon into the low road, I guess. And we see the Chocobo Eater coming in on Callie, and Yuna's getting ready to jump. She's just gonna jump from the high road to the low road, and Pain stops her and is like, "It is way too high. You cannot jump that." And she's like, "Yeah, but we're running out of time. There's not enough time to get down there."
She's jumped from higher and survived.
Yeah, it's fine. Actually, yeah, she has. She jumped to the fucking
I'll just
Celsius.
We jumped onto Sin. We've done lots of jumps.
Yeah,
in this
I'll just
game.
call Val for it. It's fine. Fuck.
Really, our first mission, jumping down to Gaga's.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
From a fucking airplane.
Is there a thing where they jump first? Because I'm looking at my screenshot, and both, I don't know if it's just a weird terrain thing, but both Pain and Yuna are floating above the ground, and there's shadow there. It's very weird. They're
weird.
both hovering. But I wonder if I just caught a screenshot as they're jumping and prepping themselves to move.
Who knows?
Or if there's the Chocobo Eaters rumbling the world and they're jumping because it's a cartoon.
That is really weird. I wonder. Yeah, because Anyway, but she stops Yuna from jumping down there, and they're worried that there won't be enough time to run around to the low road and get to Callie, right? But then Clasco shows up. It's our boy and his army of chocobos, I guess.
He's yeah, and then he's
or is it just the
down
one
on a chocobo. Yeah, I think it's just the one.
Okay. So yeah, Clasco shows up on a chocobo, or I guess with a chocobo, and they knock the Chocobo Eater over, right? They knock him onto his back. And giving us time to run around to the low road. And a timer begins, right? We only have so much time to run around and save Callie.
Wait, Klaska shows up?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did he not show up for you?
I mean, I did not recruit Klasko he's not on my ship in my playthrough.
Interesting.
What happened in your playthrough?
Nothing.
In this scene?
Nothing knocks over the Chocobo Eater.
Oh,
interesting.
It just jumps down because it sees us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Really?
Yeah, if I don't...
I have to watch this now.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of deviations this season that we'll probably
because
have to...
I don't have Klasko on my ship in this playthrough. I think, yeah, he just the Chocobo Eater's fuck, the gull wings are here and just jumps down to confront us.
I better go and look at the gull wings instead of getting this free easy meal.
Yeah, it just jumps down.
How do you get down there?
We run.
I assume it's the same thing. You just run, but
yeah.
This is actually really beautiful because this is a big moment for Clasco, proving his worth, going back to his roots a little bit with the Chocobo Knights and all of that, and being a hero. But if he wasn't here, it plays out the exact same. So it's valiant that he put himself in danger, but it also does not matter.
I'm still so confused. So like when you like show up to this screen, do you get the scene where they stop Yuna from jumping down there?
Yeah, well, yeah, we get to that. Like, yeah, we do the whole. Everything's the same with the countdown timer, and we run.
So it's just implied that like there actually is enough time to run down there. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's not enough time.
Klasko
but then, like,
is
it
not
turns out that,
buying
yes,
us
there is
any
enough
time. He's not buying us any time.
Oh, okay.
What if like the timer was like worse if Klasko was with you as like a just a dunk on him?
I was like trying to, because I was like, the Chocobo Eater's like right there. He's like on the step next to Callie, and so like when Klasko knocks him over, that's what gives you like the 2 minutes. And I was like, what happens? So I guess it just takes the Chocobo Eater 2 minutes to climb up that one step.
What is the fail condition here if you let the timer run out?
That's a good question.
Timer run out, Chocobo Eater. FF10
I love that.
Because it's like, I assume it's not, maybe you just get a game over or something, and it's not just like, oh, Callie is getting eaten.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a try to find like a casual walkthrough where someone maybe did not recruit Klasko, you know?
Right. Well,
Is this
who
the
can
one?
say?
I wonder, I wonder if we can like figure that out for next time.
We need to do the whole game again and fail everything. I like that Alex was like, I don't want 100% if I have to bring this little wiener with us. Yeah, the important thing is that we get in a fight with the Chocobo Eater.
And we finally kill it.
Once again, I had 2 people do physical attacks and then did a Faraga and the battle was over. So
I think I just fucking destroyed it with whatever like the psychic attack is, like attack one enemy, like psychic bomb or whatever.
Yeah,
I think I was just blasting it with Yuna.
it's weak to fire.
Jean
so.
Grey Yuna fucked him up.
Yeah, anything that's like fire elemental will do a hell of a lot of damage to him. He doesn't like how do I put this? He has low defense in the way that like numbers blow up on this dude.
Yeah, I don't think you can like do armor break or power break or anything on him. I think he's immune to that, but I don't think it really matters. He hits pretty hard, but I think at this point you already have a white mage or some white mage spells. So
Cast Faraga on him and then say, "Wow, this is doing numbers. Check out my EP on Bandcamp." Yeah, Chocobo Eater. I don't know. How about you, Alex? Did you have a good fight with him or anything?
Nothing too remarkable, no. He's like, didn't really take as much time as I remember.
Yeah, even like the fandom wiki, which is usually pretty detailed, says like he has fairly low HP. Like there's really not that much in here about him. Like a few uses of this like spell will
we'll
take
make
him down,
short work
like,
of him.
Yeah,
Short work.
so he's pretty easy.
Still
But-
trying to find if I just like forgot that Klasko was there.
So after the fight, it goes right to a scene of Callie riding the Chocobo around, right, and just having a blast.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, I almost just died. Oh cool, I can ride this Chocobo. Fuck yeah. Time to have fun.
And Yuna and Pain are on the high road overlooking where she is on the lower road. And Yuna's like, oh, she looks like she's having fun. And Pain says, well, whatever works for her. And Yuna says, oh, shall we? And everybody starts walking away, except for Riku, who's left behind for just a moment, right? And then like Riku notices and says like, oh, everybody's leaving me. And the camera suspiciously shows Riku walking toward the camera and then has a camera angle pointing the opposite direction, showing a hover taking up all the road and getting ready to like go over a bridge. And then there's a scene where it shows neither of them. And then it shows Riku again crossing the bridge herself. Like,
yeah, okay.
Importantly, leaving us to wonder what the fuck happened to the hover. So-
Yeah.
But it's done completely silently and like isn't stressed.
It's a thing that I have screenshots of all of this, and I could not have if I was talking about this, I would have just skipped past all of that.
Yeah.
Or I would have started saying it and been like, oh, it seems like my screenshots are out of order. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Let's move on.
Well, it's done in such a way that I think you're not supposed to notice, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're just supposed to see
absolutely. It's
like everybody like waving to Callie and leaving and like running on, but it like importantly shows a hover about to get on the same bridge that Riku's running across, and then the hover's missing in the next shot.
It's probably like one of those things where I'm like, well, this game's kind of jank and kind of weird, so I don't need to actually think about this. And it's like, no, they're doing this explicitly for some reason that we'll find out later. And we also get a Celine guard.
Yeah, the Celine guard garment grid.
Saline guard, like saltwater?
That's right.
No, like Celine of the Dion.
Celine of Dion fame.
Celine Dio.
Celine guard. I'm trying to remember. I haven't been taking, or maybe I did get screenshots later. Oh, I was like, I haven't been getting pictures of what these garment grids, what the cards are, and then literally 2 screenshots later, I have it, and it's that's a Flan enemy is in the background of the Celine guard or the Selin guard, and it will equip SOS shell, and it also will use shell, and you can equip auto shell as well if you pass through that on the grid.
Yep. Yeah. And then we're back on the I was gonna say back on the high wind. That's not right. Back on the Celsius.
It's always the high wind. Back on the Celsius, Riku says, my legs are going to fall off if I keep running around the high road like that.
Yep.
Payne says, if only catching chocobos were as easy as dispatching fiends.
True.
Pretty fucking badass.
Now, importantly, for the 100%, we need to go back to the Mi'hen Highroad immediately afterwards.
Oh, right, yeah.
Clasco is no longer
on the fucking ship.
Yeah. If you brought Clasco on the ship, he is no longer on the ship. You have to go get him, like, because he has left. So
yeah, he asks too. He says like, so I don't suppose you'd let me on board along with Callie, would you? And we say all aboard. And then he says, I'm in your debt lady unit, which is funny because the entire time he is on the airship, he is just fucking miserable and extremely like motion sick.
So this explains why the 100% guide was confused. I thought it was a typo because I don't have Clasco on my ship. Clasco is not at here. It's just Callie and the Chocobo.
Nice, yeah. Callie, Clasco, and a Chocobo all boarded the airship. That's very funny. It's cool that there are these permutations where things can play out differently depending on what you choose. Cool in a sense of like, I always love it when video games do that. Not so cool as tying an ending to you doing it the correct way by playing it multiple times and doing things different each time.
Right.
Like I always appreciate in a game when you have that option, but I feel like, kind of incentivizing it in this way is not ideal.
Yeah.
So many different play styles.
If you try going up to the north exit in the Mi'hen Highroad, it is just completely blocked off, and it's blocked off by that hover, or a hover, I guess. And it says, "I'm sorry, but we're not offering service to the north exit right now."
They're not offering service to the north exit.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
like
they
you
are
can't
blocking the north exit.
They are blocking it. Yes, they are blocking the north exit. They're not providing service to.
Yeah, I was like, good
buddy,
news, you don't
here.
need to take me to the north exit. We're already here.
I guess you'll have to take the Celsius.
They're doing construction. They're having another Operation Mi'hen there, so they don't want you to go that way.
But yeah, so that does it for the Mi'hen Highroad for Chapter 2. The next area we go
opens up a new hotspot for us as well, I think.
Oh, that's right. It's the Calmlands, right?
Yeah, it's the Calmlands, and it says Clasco making his move. We let Clasco on the airship, but he seems eager to move on. Should we let him off? And we will let him off later. That guy's going to have to suffer a little while because we're going to be driving around with him and getting him all kinds of motion sickness. He's going to be throwing up all over the fucking sheets and the pillows, and Barkeep is going to be pissed at us, but hey, we got other shit to do. We got more important shit to do, like go to Mushroom Rock Road.
That's right. We got to go talk to fucking Yibel.
And fucking Nuge, I think, as well.
Yeah.
For me, I talked to Riku on the ship, and she says, Callie the Choco Huntress Que.
Indeed.
Cute.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
There's a Chocobo at the bar now.
There is a Chocobo in the bar. If you talk to Clasco,
Wait, what?
he keeps... Yes.
Callie and
Fuck, I missed that.
Callie and Chocobo are just hanging out next to the bar.
That fucking rocks. I just
if
assumed...
you talk to Clasco, he's like, oh, you're a good boy.
I assumed like any other Final Fantasy game, there was just a stable on the airship for the Chocobos. I love that they're just like, let's get this fucking Chocobo drunk. It's like, oh, don't give Klosko any more shots. He's fucking throwing up over there. And it's like, sir, he's only been drinking tap water.
You had one Shirley Temple. It was supposed to help.
We made it with ginger ale instead of Sprite. We thought it would help his belly.
Wait, Shirley Temples have what? When have you
Don't
had I've never had a Shirley Temple with Sprite.
What is it with? Shirley
Usually
Temple
ginger
drink.
ale.
Is it really ginger ale?
Yeah.
I've been lied to my entire life. I'm fucking mad as hell.
I didn't know it was in a Shirley Temple, so you could have told me either one, and I would have been like, yeah.
Famous mocktail. I'm feeling a Mandela effect here.
I guess it's so. Oh, I guess I get classic. I guess it's 7-Up or Sprite. Okay, and ginger ale. Interesting. So it's supposed to be half ginger ale, half Sprite.
All I'm saying is I'm pretty sure that Pika's in Delco has a fucking fantastic upside down pizza. Tina Fey approved. Jimmy Fallon gave her one on his talk show once. I know that they make it with Sprite, unless I'm
What's an
misremembering.
upside down pizza?
It's basically the cheese is below the sauce. I'm sure Tina Fey can tell you all about it if you look up Tina Fey. Pika's Pizza. Dude, I haven't had Pika's Pizza in so long, I miss it. It's not as good as an Inside Out pizza. Don't fucking believe anyone who tells you differently, but...
What's an inside out pizza?
An Inside Out pizza is what my friends... No! No, you motherfucker. It's not a calzone.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. My friends have described it as a gourmet hot pocket. It's the same idea. It's just like all of the cheese and sauce it's essentially like if you took a pizza and folded it in half and then deep fried it.
So it's like almost a calzone.
It's almost like a calzone, but if you had one, you would be like, it's like a really way less healthy version of a calzone.
Okay.
It's like a quesadilla.
Yeah, it's kind of like a quesadilla.
All right.
On our way back from MagFest, we literally stopped by. We took like a 25-minute detour to stop by my hometown to just get an Inside Out pizza.
Oh,
It was the best move.
That's
It was
great.
great. And I think that ended up saving our ass because then by the time we were getting towards our exit, like 20 minutes further, we hit more Ruby weapon traffic on I-95 and we were able to get off on the exit right as it was happening, which we would not have been so lucky if we just barreled on through. So we almost got stuck in like 4-hour traffic after
God.
4 hours from like Maryland.
That's less Ruby weapon traffic and more like penance traffic.
Yeah, it was gonna be really fucking bad. So get an Inside Out pizza from Double Decker if you ever get a chance if you're in Delco.
That being said, we can go to Mushroom Rock Road next. A picture that Carl's uploaded to the Discord. Oh, okay.
That is Jimmy Fallon giving.
I wonder. I'm not convinced on. I'd have to try one because the idea that the cheese is on the bottom makes me be like,
that shit
how
is
does it
so good,
adhere
dude.
to the bread? Would it be like?
It's messy.
Not good?
It's messy, but it's good as fuck. It's so good.
I'll try one out if I ever
pie.
get an opportunity to.
Yeah, if you're ever around Upper Darby, go to Pika's.
I guess I am around Upper Darby all the time, actually. So
Yeah, highly recommend.
I go to Upper Darby like every night, actually, because there's a Wawa gas station up there.
Hell fucking yeah, hang on. I'm gonna do a little search in here for you. Pika's Pizza. Gonna look at Google Maps.
Listener, if you would like to
It's
fight,
not far
meet
from
me
69th Street Terminal, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you want to get into Mushroom Rock Road as I'm looking at this.
I was just a dear listener. If you would like an ass kicking, meet me at the Wawa in Upper Darby at like, I don't know, like 3
or
a.m. tonight.
Pika's.
At Pika's. Our next mission is at Pika's.
Is this the end of the episode, or are we going to do more game? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
point.
doing
I mean,
Mushroom
it
Rock
is-
Road.
Have at it.
All right. Well, while Carl looks that up, I'll explain Mushroom Rock Road. So, we get to Mushroom Rock Road. The last, not last episode, but the last we've been here was kind of interstitially in between Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, where we handed off the sphere to the Youth League, or New Yevon if you did that in your game. But if you did the Youth League path, Yibel and his like group of nerds, I guess, will be out there of like, Youth League goons will be out front to greet you. And Yibel's like, oh my God, I heard the news. You're joining the Youth League. That's incredible. Love that for you. And Yuna's like, well, I'm not really here to join the Youth League. And he's like, say no more. You're joining the Youth League. Love
Say
it.
no more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, say
you're
less.
getting ready to have your own division. And he's like, and Yuna's like, no, you're not listening to me. I'm not going to join the Youth League. And he's like, what is that you say? You're joining the Youth League? Love to hear it. Gonna run ahead and tell everybody that you're joining the Youth League. And
I think I noticed that one of the Youth League members is voiced by James Arnold Taylor, so because one guy just sounds like Titus.
Well, I'll be. So you really are gonna join the Youth League?
So he says, like, yeah, everybody's waiting for you at the command center. So, run up there, but there are fiends along the way. It seems like every time we come to Mushroom Rock Road, it's like a mini game about fiends where it's like, oh, there's fiends appear when the fog happens. If you stray too far from your escorts, the fiends will attack, which is what this one is, right? Like
I would hate it if a fiend attacked me.
I would hate
as
that.
a fucking new god who is able to kill everything and anything.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically he says, like, there will be escorts waiting for you along the way, and if you stick near them, fiends won't attack, right?
Yeah.
And there are also several Ochus along the way that you need to,
you can
like,
see them
steer
like
clear
on the
of.
map and you can like avoid them, but I was just like, fuck that, I'm gonna fucking fight these things.
Did you fight one? I didn't fight one.
Yeah, I fought them. They were like nothing special.
Really?
Babies challenge.
I also accidentally, like, as I was looking around on the 100% guide, it like said to do some things, but it doesn't spell out how to, like, which direction to go, because I guess they assume that you already know the game enough to like be able to do all of this. So I just like walked my fucking ass into a cutscene like north of like Mushroom Rock Road, and I was like, oh god, I do not want to be here right now, because these are characters that I do not want to be fucking with right now. Like, it's not like the Dark Aeons or anything like that. It's just like very clearly LeBlanc Syndicate like storyline stuff. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I'll come back later.
Oh, by the way, after that little first introduction with the Youth League, Klasko will be there still.
Oh, nice. So you could probably recruit him.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, you can't. You're like, finally, to
so
right my old wrongs.
Says, so after Gabble says, what an occasion, I have long dreamed that this day would come. And then, like, at the end of the conversation, last thing he says is, Klasko, please. And then Klasko's like, this way. And then he sticks back. And then, like, you can talk to him, and Payne's like, I see you've got it rough. It's nothing. I can't do anything about it right away. Or I can't do anything right anyway. I can't go on like this. I've got to find my place in the world. And he just runs away, like the opposite direction.
Well.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, so maybe I'll be able to recruit him later. I couldn't
That's
find
all right.
him.
He did the share zone thing. He hit the bricks. It's fine.
Yeah, that shit sucks. Hit the bricks.
But yeah, I think you're getting ready to say, Alex, right? Before you get to the end of Mushroom Rock Road, there's other things you can do, right?
Yeah, as we're approaching the steps that go down to like the lower ravine, we do get a little call from Buddy, right?
Yeah. Who says that there's been like sphere activity in
We're
the area.
getting some weak sphere waves or something.
Yeah, I love the way that's put. It's so fucking funny.
But yeah, so you're right. It's as we're passing those stairs that go down to where we met Maroda and saw that like large door, right? And if we go down there, Nuge is in front of that door this time, right? And he's like trying to figure out how to open it, I suppose. Like we see him like go through the little animation where he tries to open that mysterious red door.
Yeah.
And he like kind of turns around and is like, yeah, I don't know what's behind this door. Apparently you need a combination of spheres to do it, but we can't get in there, right?
Yep.
We've since put one in there, right?
We did put one. It was like Crimson Sphere 9 or something, I think.
That's right.
The one that the LeBlanc Syndicate like left behind or something like that.
Yeah, where they were like the Crimson Unit. Like there was all kinds of like carnage and shit.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like Ormy and I keep on saying Ormy and Schmo.
Ormy and Schmo.
Same. It's always in my head.
Ormy and Logos have like saw some carnage and they like left the sphere behind when they were fumbling trying to open the door themselves.
That's right.
But for me, there's because in the PS2 version I didn't do that, so there's no spheres in the wall yet.
No.
I'm wondering if
Nice.
I can find it somewhere else.
So Nuge is kind of like, can't do it unless you have all the spheres. And Riku suggests like, yo, why don't you let the Gullwings take on this mission? Like, we'll find the rest of the spheres for you.
No, the funny part is Yuna's like, dang, oh well, like she's like, that's the end of that then. And Riku's like, dude, fucking come on. And Yuna's like, oh right, I know. Why don't you let the Gullwings handle this mission? And he's like, you'll find the other spheres? Of course. On my honor as a sphere hunter, we won't do it for free.
Uni, always be closing. Always be closing.
Yeah, always be closing.
Yeah. Listen, she's still new to it. It's fine. She's learning. But Nuge agrees. He says, very well, I'll leave it in your hands here. Hold on to the sphere. And Riku, like, bows her head and puts her hands out, like, to get the sphere. It's very, very
Please,
cute.
sir.
Yeah. Nuge looks at Pain. She's not turned away from him.
Does he give he gives the sphere to Pain, right?
Yeah, he completely walks by Riku.
Riku tries taking it, and he walks past, and he's looking directly at Pain, and he says, perhaps this is fate? And Pain looks fucking pissed.
Yeah, she looks very unhappy.
I don't think so. And then he gives the sphere to her, the Crimson Sphere 7.
Whoa, you know him?
Why should you care?
Come on, there was something between you two, right?
Riku.
Yeah, Riku's being so annoying.
Yeah, Riku's like, yo, I want the hot goss. Give me the goss. Pain says, I'll say this once, okay? I consider you friends, and I trust you. I even respect you, all right? I think that would be, that it be enough. And Riku's like, yeah, but don't you want to don't you ever want to know more about your friends? Pain's like, not really. And Riku grabs her hand and says, well, I do. I do want to know more about you. What for? Who cares what happened in the past? And like, Yuna's like, yo, there was something. So now Yuna's in on it. They're both like circling around her being like, tell us, how do you know Nuge? How do you know Yuge? See your boyfriend? Did you like him? But yeah, Pain's like, you disappoint me, Yuna. I thought you were above all of that. And she's like, well, not anymore. I like asking questions. And Pain says that she'll lose friends. And then
Yuna's like, oh, you think so? Then never mind then.
Yeah.
It's so
He's like, oh
goofy.
man, I was looking forward to hearing the good stuff. Confessions of a shady past. And then Pain says my favorite part of this whole exchange, which I love all of. She says, you're a pain. -4 respect points, Riku. And Riku goes, uh-oh, how many points do I have left? Pain goes, 47.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Riku's like, oh my god, that's not a lot.
Now, you know what? When I heard this, I was like, 47 respect points, right? So
she started with what, 51 or something?
Yeah, well, so she's like, oh, that's not a lot left. And I was like, I don't know that I could get it. So if her being that annoying takes 4 away, right? That means in 12 more of these interactions, she will have no respect left, right? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, could I just annoy the piss out of Alex and Carl 12 times with the exact same thing and have any respect points left? And I was like, probably not. In the way that 47 seems like a lot, actually. I think you're doing pretty well.
I think it also how we don't really know the economy here. We don't really know the exchange rate or anything. We don't know if this is a thing that we're assuming Pain. It's Pain. You have to earn her respect. So we assume that everyone starts at 0, particularly Riku, and she worked her way up to 51, and then got some of them detracted. The other way of looking at this, which is also a good thing that you can think of. Did Riku start with a flat 100? Everyone gets 100, and you keep mental notes as they annoy the shit out of you. Riku, love her, she's pretty fucking annoying. She would annoy the shit out of me if she was in my party in real life. I would be detracting respect points from her pretty regularly, I think.
Yeah.
Also, I would be gaining some, but did she start at 0 or did she start at 100? That is my question.
Do Pain's respect points mirror the George Costanza tipping episode where he starts with the full tip on the table, and as you do something wrong, he takes money away from the tip?
No, because Pain is very class conscious, and she will always tip minimum 20% no matter what, because she's not a fucking monster.
We call this the Dangerfield scale.
Yeah, but Pain's kind of just looking at the door, and she says, why don't you figure out how to get in here instead of inside my head? And Yuna's just talking about how, maybe they'll need more of those spheres, and if they find them all, they can open it. And Riku is just sulking off in the corner, and she's just squatting down. She says, I kind of still want to know what happened. And Pain says, that's 46.
Good shit.
Classic.
Good shit.
So then we can Yeah, we can circle back and go up to the youth league, right?
That's right. Yeah.
See an old friend.
And Elma runs out to meet us, who also is like, yo, I heard you joined the youth league. That rules. You're going to be like in charge of a bunch of stuff in the youth league.
She's like, oh, you get your own division or something like that,
yeah,
right?
damn,
Yeah,
Yuna. The Yuna division. Let's fucking go.
And Yuna's like, sorry to break it to you, I'm not joining the youth league. And she's like, oh, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. Like, you're not that kind of person. You wouldn't just join something like that. Like, I knew that was too good to be true. You didn't seem like the type.
Yeah, this place is fucking cool as hell, and you're a fucking dweeb, Yuna. I thought it was weird that you would join and get your own badass fucking division of ass kickers, but...
Yeah, that's right. And then like Lucille comes out and she's like, okay, that's what I thought. I've reprimanded Yibel for just like spreading reckless rumors. Like
that rocks. I do like that Yuna's a little offended because she says, do I really come across that way? And Enrique's like, hello. Like, Yuna, of course.
Well, I just thought that was kind of weird too, because like Elma's like, you seem like the kind of person who like makes decisions from the heart, and like it's kind of like complimentary, and then like,
oh yeah,
Yuna's
of
like,
course.
Do I really? I don't come off that
It's
way,
the kind
do
of thing
I?
where
I don't
it's
come
like-
off as cool, do I? Like,
It's like Yuna's at a party and everyone's doing drugs. Everyone's smoking on that weed.
on that Zaza.
And she's like, hey, do you mind if I smoke some of that weed like a cigarette? And they're like, Yuna, you don't really seem the type to be doing this kind of shit. Like, you seem like too cool to be smoking weed with us. And she's like, really? And it's like, no, it's a compliment, Yuna. Like,
yeah, but
you don't want none of this shit, Yuna.
I do like that Elma is still like simping for Lucille a bit.
I do like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, the OTP.
Isn't Commander Lucille amazing? Such wisdom! I learned it all from my troops. Excuse us, we have a strategy session to attend. Farewell.
Yep. So they go back off to do their task, and that's the end of Mushroom Rock Road, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to all the like troops and stuff that are like hanging out, because by this point, a lot of people have apparently joined up to be part of the youth league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they heard Lady Yuna was going to have her own division, and they wanted to be part of it, so they all
Yeah,
joined
pretty
up.
much. Like, there's people who are just like,
That guy from fucking Luca is probably there. He's like, my girlfriend will finally respect me when I join Lady Yuna's division.
yeah, some people are like, yeah, I guess I could say I'm pro youth league, but I'm really pro Gullwings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. What a fucking shitty... That's like pure propaganda. That's so fucked up.
Some people are like, I want to be assigned to Yuna squad.
That's like all the shit of people being like, oh my god, dude, the Super Bowl is rigged because Taylor Swift is gonna announce her endorsement of Biden when her husband, Travis Kelce, wins it all.
I'd follow any order you gave me, Lady Yuna. Stuff like that.
That rocks. That's so good.
There's a word here I don't know. Verklempt?
Is it?
Oh, it means overcome with emotion. Never actually like used that word.
It's like a Yiddish word, right?
Informal North America. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just like me fighting beside High
Is
Summoner.
verklempt a real Yiddish word? Overcoming with emotion. Yeah,
it may not be.
Yiddish does make sense. I was thinking like German, because there's always a German word for shit, but Yiddish is also very much like that as well.
But I like that there's one guy just running around like super fast, like just doing salutes to everyone.
If I salute harder than everyone, then I'll get the highest ranking in the military, I bet.
One person's complaining, the only thing we've practiced so far is how to salute. It's like, what are we going to do, salute the enemy to death?
He's running around trying to get everybody to join open air. He's trying to get those points.
Someone's admiring the cannon, is like, I can't say Machina, but aren't machines great? Like this cannon. I sure love to try this out. Kerbloom.
Yeah, I'd sure love to try this cannon out. He's like imagining being in front of the cannon as it's like fired.
It's funny that we were like escorted here, even though there's like really nothing technically for us to do because you can't even go inside Youth League headquarters.
Yeah, I guess they thought that Yuna was joining, so.
Yeah, I guess they probably would have escorted us in if Yuna was like, yeah, I'm definitely joining.
Yeah.
Or maybe we were called here by Lucille. Like maybe they were like, oh, Lucille wants to see you. And then she's like, yeah, like you can be a part of our meeting, our strategy meeting that I have to get to if you want. But if you're not joining, then I'm not going to do that because I knew fucking Yibel was full of shit.
Yeah, right.
This could have been an email.
This could have been an email, exactly. We need to invent sphere phones to fucking avoid all this shit. I mean, we have those already. Brother's always fucking calling us.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
it's true.
Speaking of spheres, we have a new one to watch, right?
Yeah, telling brother, just text. That way I can respond when I'm ready. Jesus.
Yeah. You know that he would send fucking 15 unreplied to, unseen texts in a row over the course of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk to Riku on the Fahrenheit, and she says, wouldn't it be so cool if the Youth League, the Celsius, fuck, god damn it. I was like, I'm gonna be smart this time and say the correct airship name. Wouldn't it be so cool if the Youth League had a uni squad?
Oh, yeah.
The uni squad, I liked that. Payne is also simping for Lucille a little bit. I just want to point out.
Everyone loves her.
Mm-hmm. The ladies love Lucille, and who wouldn't? She says that Lucille is really something. I can see why her troops look up to her.
The LLL ladies love Lucille.
The amazing thruple of Lucille, what's her name?
Elma. Yeah.
Elma and Payne.
Mm-hmm.
They should be party members.
We can watch the Crimson Sphere that we got from News, right? Which
very ominous.
Like the other one is mostly a blurry mess. But we see that whoever is filming, right, is once again filming a lot of dead bodies and running around out of breath, and just says, "Guys, where are you?" And that's all we really get from it, right? So it's somebody in stressful times.
Yeah.
Do we have any implication of where this?
We do. Before playing it, it says Crimson Report 1, recorded in the same cave shown in earlier Crimson Spheres, bodies litter the ground. It looks like no one survived. And then, oh wait, no, that's, that might be the one that we already watched. My bad. It says, yeah, the date and details of this recording are unknown. And then when we watch it, I think it has something about it. A little description that says, appears to have been recorded in the immediate aftermath of the ill-fated Operation Mi'hen. Visual cues in the sphere provide strong evidence to support this. So this was somewhere right after Operation Mi'hen.
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky.
Very scary.
Oh, don't look on the wiki. I think it spoils the whole.
I would imagine, yeah.
I was just looking for the description, not the.
Oh. But yeah. So I think that's all we're going to do today, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll knock on wood, fingers crossed, next week.
Oh, yes.
Next episode.
Next episode, at very least. I think next episode we will go through...
we got to do some show promo.
Got to do some show promoting. At the Moonflow, there are 2 small scenes at Guado Salam and the Thunder Plains. And then there's a mission at Macalania Woods. So I think we can do all 3 of those. The Macalania Woods one is also related to a character from the Moonflow section too, so they all string together pretty well.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So I think that's what we'll do next episode.
Next week in the Moonflow.
The Moonflow. But yeah, I think that would be a good plan. Y'all have anything cool coming up?
No.
I do have shows coming up, but not yet to, I think... They're not set in stone yet, so...
Okay. I have a show coming up on March 9th, a Zaku show in Falls Church, Virginia. So if you're near Falls Church, Virginia, come on out. It's going to be 6 VGM bands. It's all day long. It's going to be a great time. I'll see you there.
Great bill.
It's a great bill.
They'll probably just play Castlevania music.
Our
when no one else is
friend and guest of the show, Darmok, will be playing in her band Steel Samurai.
Steel Samurai is always a treat, always worth seeing.
Their guitar player is the craziest, best guitar player of all time. That guy, insane. Sebastian,
fucking
wow.
rocks,
very photogenic.
Yeah.
Very photogenic, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, very photogenic. It's fucked up. Mad and jealous. You can't be beautiful and amazing at playing music. You have to be
in the
one
suit
or the
at
other.
MagFest giving the middle finger is one of the best photos of all time.
All right, but that's all for me. Alex, you want to find some high ground so you can spot the next podcast?
Alex, do you want to go about 3 minutes drive from the 69th Street Terminal to Pika's restaurant of Upper Darby and see if they're open and available to make an inside-out pizza? You might want to call ahead because it's always a little busy there, as you would understand, because they're amazing, and we can all help ourselves to some delicious Pika's pizza. Also, Curtis, don't call it upside-down pizza. That's just a way to describe it. Just call it Pika's pizza.
Got you. All right.
Sounds fucking good, honestly.
Oh man, I want it so bad. I'm so hungry.
Thank you all for listening. as always. Thank you, Noriko Matsuda and Takahito Oguchi, for the game music. Be sure to rate and review and subscribe to wherever you are listening to us. You can find us at EveryFNFF on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube. And hop into our Discord and join the conversation. We are very active in there, usually. But, so many questions left to ask, but I'm afraid we're out of time. Our thanks today's guest.
Yeah, Shelinda, that's right.
High Summoner Carl and the Curtis.
I was waiting for the drop of the word pod.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do.
No, that was a really good sign-off. I was just like...
we don't want to get caught up in other people's podcasts.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.